one of my favourite techniques, stippling. And for stippling I use a ball tip. This is a slightly bigger one than I would usually use. They come in 5, I've got them in 5 different sizes. So if I'm doing it on live edge wood, I would use a smaller tip because I like the dots to be very much smaller. But because this is plywood, so it's quite soft wood, I use a slightly bigger tip, and I've got a big area to stipple. So let's see if I can, I don't have a proper, I have a ring light but it's not here, so I can't strap my phone to it. But I like to follow in a very organised way a pattern, I guess. So I do little sections at a time. So I'll probably just go up to this bit here and then come back down. That's my rubber. My tea strainer. It just gets, so I get a lot of carbon build-up on the end. I could do with a proper clean, this one, to be fair. This tip. It's like catching the little puffs of smoke. I love the little puffs of smoke. When I've been doing it for a while, it starts to make my eyes go a bit cross-eyed, so I have to take a break and look at something else. So I am planning on painting the mushroom on this one. I think I'm going to shade the stalk a little bit more as well. I'm painting the front mushrooms. I'm not stippling the whole box, I am literally only stippling the top of the box. So I don't know if I'm going to stain the rest of it or paint it. I don't know. I think if I paint the whole thing black, it will be a bit too dark, so I might just stain it, which is what I usually do with the boxes. Stain them with a wood stain. Just makes them look a little bit more, I don't like the look of pale wood basically, so I stain them, and all the boxes are lined. They don't come lined, they're not lined. My husband actually, oh my gosh, I can't close that now. My husband actually lines them because he's much better at cutting out the fabric and affixing it to, I use cardboard to just to give it a little bit more padding. And it just makes them I think a little bit more luxurious. And I always go round with one outline layer of the dots first, and then that gives me my, like, I don't go too close up to the burn. And stippling does take quite a little bit of time, but the effect it gives, I think, is just amazing, especially when you varnish it, because the varnish kind of enhances the stipples, and then they almost look glittery. I need to invest in a proper phone stand to hold my phone. So I apologise if this is a little wibbly. I usually post these types of, I'm just going to go take these down a little bit further so it looks a bit usually post these videos on my socials, so Facebook and Instagram. I do have TikTok, but I am absolutely useless at uploading them. But I speed them up because it just takes so long. So this is kind of an experiment to see if I'm going to upload this to YouTube. And thought I might start uploading. I've uploaded a couple of small videos to YouTube already, but they're basically the same as my shorter length videos that are on my socials. I don't see the point in posting the same video everywhere. So I thought I could do a few longer videos. And if I invest in an actual phone stand, I can do some, not tutorials, but I can just basically show how I do it. I'm not gonna lie, I wing most things. I've been burning now for about I think 7 years this autumn, and believe it or not, I do apologise if you can hear that squeaking. I think it's my neighbours. I didn't think I could draw before I started burning, and my when I first started, my drawings were very basic. I'm not saying they're not basic now. I still have huge imposter syndrome because I'm self-taught, and it's only been recently that I've actually started calling myself a pyrography artist rather than, oh yeah, I burn things. So yeah, I forgot what my train of thought was then. Oh yeah, so I thought I might try and do some longer videos of just me burning, like the whole process, and chit-chatting along the way, because, you know, who doesn't love a chit-chat? Just ramble into myself, basically, which is very weird, but we'll see how this video is received, if anyone actually watches it. I'm not very good at this whole social media thing. I'm learning. It's a huge tool for a small business. And so I do a lot of markets, and the amount of people that assume my things are laser engraved is crazy. And then I tell them, oh, it's all hand burnt, I design it all and burn it all myself. And then they're like, whoa, do you? Yep. So I think a lot of people just assume that things like this are, like, I don't really know a lot about laser engravers, but I don't think you can get this stippling effect from a laser engraver. I shouldn't imagine so, because it's lasers. But yeah, it'd be cool to, I just thought it'd be cool to do some longer videos of the process. And since I'm sat down here, I literally work in my living room. So at the back of my living room, on what was our dining room table, and now I've commandeered it as a workspace, usually a very messy workspace. There's not usually anyone else down here. I usually just watch things on my laptop. So it's usually quiet, and yeah, basically just see how it goes. So this will probably be my first upload. Like I say, I don't know how it'll go. And I guess if you like what you see, like, comment and subscribe. Is that what the cool kids say? I have no clue, absolutely no clue. I don't know if I have to edit it before I put it up. It's 15 minutes. I don't know how long I'll film for. I guess it depends on how long. I don't even know, would anyone be even interested in watching this and hearing me rambling on, talking to myself? Who knows? Oh, maybe an introduction would have been good. I don't know, 15 minutes into the video. So I'm Fee. I am a pyrography artist. I have always been very creative, but generally with making things. So I've crocheted for about 20 odd years, I don't know. I've tried many crafts, and pyrography has been, like, apart from crochet, one of my favourite things that I've taken up. I started off with a really cheap pen from Hobbycraft, which I wouldn't recommend. It wasn't the best. And then I got a slightly more expensive one from Amazon, and that was better. I used that for a long time. It's a temperature controlled one. I would always recommend a temperature controlled pen. You can have it low, to build up shading, build up layers, which is brilliant, and then you can have it high for doing things like this, like stippling. Sometimes I really like the burnt effect, but sometimes you don't need the burnt effect. You want nice crisp clear lines, which is the temperature controlled one really helps with that. So now I use a razor tip. It's really dusty because I've been sanding in here this morning, which I shouldn't have been doing. It's a dual tip pen, so I can switch between. So for, like, I use a different tip. So I use a knife point tip for this one, and for general drawing I use I think it's called a drawing tip, but I can just switch between the pens instead of having to wait for them to cool down and transfer the nibs over, which is, it's just so much better than having to wait for them to cool down, because you have to wait ages for them to cool down. And you can also just pull the whole pen off and just change the whole pen. So this is the knife point tip, which I use for getting nice straight lines, like on my leaves. And then this one, so you screw that one off, but this one is just the whole pen. So this is a shading tip, but it's the whole pen, so you don't, no screws on there. And that's good as well, so you can, as long as you've got somewhere safe to put the pen, you can just basically take it off and then switch it over. Which is really handy. So yeah, if you watched till the end, I'm sure I haven't made much sense. Next time I'll have more of a plan of what I should talk about and what I'm doing. I've totally just done this on a whim because it's so quiet. I've been doing more videos on my socials, showing my face on there as well, which is scary. But necessary, I get it. It's so I've been following the lovely Zoe for a while, from Pink Gorilla Media, and her old Instagram handle was Muck and Brass. I think she's just Zoe Pink Gorilla now, not Muck and Brass. And she's really good at helping small businesses like do better on socials, because she knows it's such a nail in social media is huge, I think, for small businesses. Oops. So that happens occasionally. So I've been following her, and she's like, yeah, you've got to show yourself, it's really important. So I've been trying, I've pushed myself out my comfort zone. So yeah, this is a total on a whim video. Hopefully you didn't find it boring. I might do more, either come show you the different tips I use, or just random burning and chatting. I think maybe I need to find a suitable phone holder beforehand though, because my fingers are getting a bit pins and needly. So yeah, I will upload this. Let's see how it goes. Got nothing to lose, right? Let me know if you found it interesting, if you listened to me rambling, if you just zoned out to the dotting, which I tend to do. Like I said earlier, if I don't, I have to stop every so often and focus on something else, because it sometimes makes my eyes go a bit funny. But yeah, well, thank you for watching, if you did watch all of this, and I will stop talking now and just let you enjoy the zen-like stippling, because I find it mesmerizing if I see other people doing it. So yeah, thank you. I will hopefully be back again with another video. We'll see how this one goes down. We'll speak to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Oh, just before I stop filming, I will post the finished pictures of this on my socials, so I will put the links for them in the comments. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll get it finished today. So yeah, pop over to my socials and have a look if you want to. Okay, bye again. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Bye.